What's up, guys? I just wanted to share this pretty cool, interesting story about Leslie West, being it was his birthday just past week. Just a cool memory that I have of Leslie, and to show what a great guy like Leslie really was. So it all started kind of with my mother working at this place that uh, basically did like the electronic type wheelchairs for people. And Leslie, later on in his life, he had diabetes, so he needed assistance with one of those chairs. So to make a long story short, Jenny, his wife, ended up calling the place that my mother worked at, which was really weird and random. And she ended up speaking with her, and through their conversation, she ended up telling her, my mother ended up telling Jenny that that her son was involved in music and played the guitar and was a huge Kiss fan growing up, and hard rock fan and just all that stuff. And Jenny said, what's his name and what's his email address, or can I what's a way I can contact him? So my mom gave it to her, and she told me when she got home that day that she had spoke to Jenny West, and which I thought was awesome. And about a day or so, I guess later, Jenny emailed me and Leslie and just said, touched base and said how nice, my mom was, and how my story was really interesting and cool, and it was great how I was, so into Kiss. And she, asked for some of the music that I had, so I sent over some music and just told her a little bit more about like my history and just, my past and things like that. And Leslie ended up messaging me back maybe like a few days later after that and said, hey, today, man, just answer the phone. Someone's gonna be calling. So like I didn't know who it was, I had no idea or anything like that. And so I waited around that day, and the phone rang, and it was actually when I had a house phone, so there was answering machines and things like that. So the phone rang, and I was actually outside the first time it rang and missed the call, so of course. But as I'm listening to the answer machine as I run inside the voicemail, it's actually Paul Stanley calling. So I was shocked, and I just heard the end of the message, but I knew Paul's voice, so I was like, wow, this is awesome. And he said, I'm gonna call you back. I couldn't believe I missed it, but it was so cool to have the voicemail, which you can actually see on YouTube. It's actually on there, the voicemail. But I'll see if I can put it at the end of this video. But so he did. Paul called me back about 2 hours later, and they were backstage in Cincinnati, Ohio, getting ready to go on and play. And Leslie set up that whole thing, and was basically responsible for the whole thing. The backstory I got when speaking with Leslie afterward, which speaking with Leslie was awesome too, just to have our phone conversations that we had. I remember he was really always into CSI and would always jump off the phone to go catch CSI when it was on. But Leslie, after speaking with him, I got the backstory on kind of like him and Paul's relationship a little bit more, and their friendship over the years. And Paul's son Evan, actually, I think he went to music school in Berkeley in New York. So he was doing a report on Leslie West, and being that Paul knew him and stuff, he was able to have Leslie basically be interviewed by his son, and for his report at school. And Paul was like, if you ever need anything, man, you just let me know. And I guess that was one of the reasons, or one of the ways that it kind of happened, that Leslie said, hey man, go make this kid's day or whatever, Paul, and make his life. And Paul did, and he called, and I always appreciated Leslie for that, and it was really awesome. Paul ended up inviting me out to the show, and we ended up having an awesome time. I was able to bring whoever I wanted, and it was really, really cool and a great time. But Leslie was that type of guy, and definitely miss him. He's up there rocking, and just wanted to share that with you guys, just to let you know just how big really Leslie's heart was. He was awesome, dude. All right.